body oil.
Mix with.
Okay, me and from don't vex if me man from now me from don't beat them first. Oh, they don't go pull me man on then can. I go now me they dig guna do now. Now me then able reach don't see herself. Now slingshot to the slingshot them back up.
To the hoodness, to the maker and I saute. Yeah, they make hoodness things at the gate.
The pool party and they will enjoy.
And we are separating. Eventing the
lock the
But see beats.
You're on a London income.
Yeah, I'm an Englishman in New York.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
See beats.
You know what I'm saying?
You know, say New York, then like them black long.
Yes.
I don't know, make it. We don't let for go walk.
The cold over and that too. So we are in the season.
No lie.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay. It's winter, right?
Why you pull Anna though?
Zero.
Anna though?
I'm going to make a hungry scrabbling.
Even yeah, they will make crab legs if you
That's not saying for cook.
That's just American food in there.
Yeah, me, I make lasagna. I want lasagna.
I want to
tacos.
make lasagna. I want to make tacos. I will make spaghetti. We'll make the fresh meatballs.
Don't die now, so this sweet. I think I for cook
If
this
then couch shrimp, I make fried rice and shrimp.
Yeah, I make spaghetti bolognese for you.
With
lasagna. Lasagna.
Lasagna, I will make
Tacos.
The only thing is lasagna, I have for steamer, like steamer oven. Like,
You have to make it. We have an oven here?
No, we don't get oven, but we'll do an oven top. We say we don't boil the noodles. We don't process the ingredients. We will just use the stove top. But make we just make everything set. Yeah.
Make crablets, yeah.
Yeah, make a for
How
you.
they make
I
this
will
stuff?
make phone and crablets.
Can you break it?
So when they eating, pass the video.
Then the long nails there.
I swear.
You get pussy where they want some.
Not lie.
Because there's no way they will watch this.
Ah.
No, but then they inform the time when you not be even get money in the
Yeah, we don't get money. And if you are begin follow, we don't ever. It be popular on Instagram, but we don't begin seeing like.
Maybe begin follow when they love and hip hop. Love and hip hop.
That will be most goodness that are placed and I end up being standing to the whole.
Yes.
No, you not make the most goodness.
Yes, she did.
No, the goodness when be made is always justifiable. I see us watching show up every
Me now one love and hip hop fan.
Me
I watch it
baby.
all the time. Carry.
It's a God instigate so.
What's that?
But the time I put another time at the reunion, we start forget when the person we go.
Okay, I see him. I see him.
It's I'll drag.
In a saying, one thing on that. They left fella. They left for you.
They don't pass the beat and back in the Then get person name Ali they go joke. Nah, they say they get Ali name they go near Ali.
And I go for attack. Can it be less offend? I say offend.
Let me tell you something.
Okay,
I don't care.
She's not good, honestly. Can you go Nigeria? The whole of Nigeria fall in love with her.
Because you're not fake.
I saw it on her arm. Oh my God. If go Ghana, Ghana, don't fit her. That is shit. They won't get a kebab. They won't get a kebab. Shit.
You want it?
I think say Black China back in they go Nigeria. Black China.
Black no, yeah, you go Nigeria. Black China back go Nigeria. Go first.
Afis.
You know say they you na jog.
Is that saying cold?
Then they go first, so one day you go see the video if you go viral.
Imagine them pull person America for go
they go for
do bleaching cream. When I get Bobrisky, they will get you.
They say this concert say they got to promote bleaching to them black sisters. Because of that picking, and then shine. Now one popular.
Bobrisky na ain't get bleaching cream. They want to go pull person pom yanda.
No, the nation I go for go launch bleaching cream.
Nigeria, they are united. Oh,
the girl don't see the guy host once. Now I go to Caribbean and Nigeria. The cream where them they advertise.
Black China.
Yeah. I go Black China and Nigeria.
Let me come back again. Yeah, you get pin.
Why you pull on a door? Don't pull on a door. Babe, hurry up.
You man, I saw you like what they gladly. Now they don't force me to for South Africa. I said, I don't like Africa. Like what they dress so they glad. Yeah, what they wear them here for say. Only cold.
Yeah. I don't need them to use against sleep. Now, Sabi, do not see what you answer. Oh, God. I need the baby and just use against sleep. Who can I go feed you?
Why my sister back and so they Fatima by you know they don't sabi cook but now they well educated bad one. Bad one. He say you no can for cook na booking can for land. And I never supposed to be intelligent richer than they. Fatima by you. Now the way they open must speak they call it say very, 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 very beautiful. Very beautiful. Me, let's say, I mean, let's not Alambook. I like stouche, bougie, that high class business. Who say I like, wait, yes. I like I'm bad.
You can't tell me nothing.
Yes, see. He says, make I like, last year, I went and go study law. Right now, I'm entrepreneur. You know, they practice our ball. You depend in business, you depend in entertainment. Yeah, that's a backup.
Yeah, that's exactly the arena I'm going. I'm looking for those Lana has back. Actually, if you're
This meet neighbor,
I'm the type of brother. What, mama? With the pink? Where the clear heels?
Now, class is over.
Yeah, that's cute. That's cute. The black.
Now, class is over.
Today? What class do we have today, you said?
You don't do.
I'll go make me money in Tiba before I carry I'm so endowed. See them ladies looking at me and me, them want to see. Let's not see Yanda. Big Edefion. A big Edefion. I didn't see you.
Just coming in.
Okay, let's go. I don't know. No evidence.
You look good, me paddy. You deserve all the best in this life.
You don't
You
let for
deserve all the good things this life has to offer and more. You're such a sweetheart. You're short. You're my blue, but you're short. Me, I don't understand it. Me, a bull video, I don't do it. Me, I know, I beg you.
It's only me.
How many did you?
Maybe they thief me pen and everything. You look so good. You look gingered. You look gingered. English.
That's
Well,
just
because when me Apple come up like for me. When I go start school, the first day they come out to apply when we start school. We can also ask Small Mary. That mean
Oh, Small Mary.
Yeah.
Keep talking about that.
I love her. Is it Small Mary? Is it Small Mary? How was the school? How was the school? Oh, the school was so gingered. From that time I take that English day. Gingered. They said the school was so gingered. Mama, I like how we go get belly. Me mama and get belly. Me mama, tawa. I say if na you picking there for men other side, so you go get belly. Then get belly, you feel. Send them back to the people. Are you gonna for more small? So be alone men the picking. Yeah, the bobo.
No.
Eh, they were born the bobo. Eh,
Make am bad.
me I let me mama ain't agree for. Eh, small me they make palaver for the girl you picking. Oh, yes. That's why you only picking.
That's how it can be.
Eh,
You look so gingered.
yes, you look good, eh?
I dey feel me sad.
You look very gingered. You're late for work.
Then next time I say mama only picking get belly.
You're late for work.
Yeah, I don't know.
For me, dear, abeg.
You know say mama dey pikin get belle. You know some pikin dey bring luck kind of family. I be get the feeling. I say that pikin na get for bring blessing kind of family. Eh, small me I can say. Small me no give lambo.
By force. Not be by
You
force.
know Zealand. And when they go to the school, they sleep to school come, but they come here and the school.
Yeah, sorry, yeah, no, the video they now they wait for. Gingered.
I am so gingered. Actually, I feel blessed. I feel fulfilled, and I feel gingered. That's how I was speaking.
You look me on tour, but
It's I go away.
It's not already happy.
No, wait.
Bye.
Like yesterday, when I go up. Now, so they make so the people. Like,
Yes.
yes, so.
Ah.
Shout out to AYV and our freestyle.
You look good.
Yeah, okay.
Huh? Yes. No, they celebrate today. They feel I go up yesterday. Woman, they are stainless. Oh.
Today, not look cook.
You look very gingered. That's the new vocabulary in this afternoon. That Chinese water, is that it? Yeah. Please, I want some later, okay? You look gingered.
Ginger said. Thank you for your cooperation.
Yes. For cooperating with the vocabulary.
Where you in I? Watch them in I book box.
Hi. Madam Stainless for the moolah.
Yes.
How you-
for the cash.
How you feeling?
I feel good. I feel blessed. Oh, I feel okay.
So how was the housemate experience?
Oh my God, it was such a beautiful journey. I appreciate the AYV and AfriCell for such a huge platform and for giving us this opportunity to be in the house. It was okay. I thank God. It was just
So how do you feel about being labeled as the Akim Papa of the house?
Oh my God, it wasn't an easy task being Aki and Papa in the house. You know me and my friends, and I'm savage. We always love to make people laugh. We always fight with the other housemates, but we love everyone in the house. We don't have bad acts for anyone. We love everybody. The house was amazing. We had fun. Oh my God, I met different personalities in the house. I met different people from different backgrounds. It was amazing.
So where did you
It's
get the word?
Avia.
Where did you get the word alakatias from?
Oh, alakatrias. I don't even know the meaning of alakatrias. It was my auntie that showed. It was my auntie that showed me that word. So it's just something. Alakatrias is, when you're living with different people and everything. Every day you just wake up mad, or you've been. Are you okay, sir?
You don't put it inside.
Yeah.
Okay. And what else should I ask? So what's your plans now that you're done with the housemates? That you're done with housemates salon season. So what are your plans?
So my plans are, first, I always wanted to have my own foundation to help women suffering from fistula and Sierra Leone, and then also work on my lingerie and bikini line. Next year, by God's grace, hopefully I will go back to college and start my life all over again.
Great. Well,
Yeah.
thank you for your time.
Oh, thank you for your cooperation, Isavia. Thank you for your cooperation. And to my fans, thank you all. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a nice day, Miss Stainless,
You
for the moolah.
too. Thank you. Baby, not to take no mess up. Baby, not to take no fuck up. Stay less for your head up. Baby, not to take no mess up. Me, I get for now, they're going to have me home for talk. They are big. Man, oh.
A bit kaftan.
Yes.
It was in a kaftan.
Yes.
A bit so maybe.
Yes.
He looks like he looks.
Okay.
If that's so,
Yes.
the consider don't get my business. Trust. If that's what's in the
Say
consider.
it louder for the bitches in the back.
Trust, baby.
Say it louder for the bitches in the
The
back.
contact gets by your business.
Say it louder for the bitches in the back. He said the country has taste for your business. No, the country, they actually love me. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you.
He looks to the consider.
Yes. Let me tell you something. You don't know nothing. Let me tell you something. You don't know nothing. Let me tell you something. The country cannot get us for our business. You know what?
I know. Sometimes when you come to love you so much. And
No, you know how Sarah Union
So I want to ask you a question. How long it was since you used normally?
well, it's 255 years. Yeah, it's a much.
And at 52 countries
Yeah, pimp. Columbus.
Please.
Messe.
Why I go for the interview? I send me by Mali wait for me. In the back front.
Yeah, but when it can
Yeah, no, I get it. Okay,
once there's someone outside it for you.
Amen. I claim it by faith. I claim it by
Look at
faith.
it, but Jesse.
I claim it by
As
faith.
they come on, I'm cut up.
I manifest good things into my life. I claim it by faith. No, don't be Okada man. I'm not gonna be ungrateful. I'm going to pastor.
Mr. Get me your Okada man.
Hey, me Okada man. Hey,
So
shout
I'm here
out
to get for the
Alpha.
move.
When I walk out again.
Well, me not stranger, mommy, I know that this area. You know what can you get?
Yeah, you know what can
You,
you-
it's okay.
Okada man, they like to get foul. Who call them? Me Okada man for this place is already on apartment to do.
Yeah, thank you.
So, but you know, I don't care if I am on top of Okada, you know why? Because when God ready to bless you, He will bless you regardless. So it's not because I came to Housemates Salone, forget about my Okada. How do you want me to rotate in the town?
Shout out to my own Okada.
How do you want me to rotate in the town? It's not like I can't afford to
Especially if you
chasa
bike my car,
taxi.
all land into was his.
It's not like I can't afford to offer chasa taxi, but I prefer Okada.
Because it's faster.
It's faster and unique. When the breeze will meet me, that's how it make me answer. Then I have my earpiece. I'll be dancing on top of the. I mean, if you see me on top of Okada, they laugh. See me all day. I'll go and dance on top of the guy. And they listen to music. Oh my God, Mr. Odubella, what are your plans after Housemates? Hey, then me music here. I forget for me music, yeah. Me music where I get for go. Na Vibe City, eh? Na say kola. I get for go. And I launch. How did they talk? Record. I get for go record.
Na studio.
Yeah, na studio. I get for go.
But una put the AC on, but una will left wheels.
Yeah, I put all the AC on inside this house today.
Yeah, beg, una will left wheels.
No get AC now.
Quiet. Respect for the week.
I don't. Yeah. Small.
You don't cry, man.
So silent.
Chop life. Call it Chop Life Enterprise. Man. Obviously, I don't mean like spaghetti. You get time for it. What talk about Mukai Park?
Chicken nugget.
Fill out.
Lenos officer not interested. For even one for know about the names. Even Mr. Safe. But you know, me them food and the past like for seafood. Eat small, but if not them tomato, carrot, then cabbage. I didn't see any more like tomato, carrot, and cabbage. I didn't buy not to the all back home.
I still couldn't sleep. I wanted to write authority on my name, but not to me. I said I kept on thinking about Sonny and because they had the same thing to Christian. So I was thinking maybe send her write a letter. Being that maybe write a letter and draw the attention. Maybe they could help.
So that's how we go there. We
Yeah.
go and buy who come out to class.
Yeah.
We go.
So they could do something when I know say they must help one way or the other. Then we come up with suggestions, say being that we win that money we then be say for one of that charity foundation. We want to put on
And when he meets her, at least then we'll know
yes.
everything and for do.
Yeah. One meter forward. Or if they can help and Sonia get connected with
Yeah,
characters.
then cable advertise and back sell.
Yes.
Then carry it as out of their own back. Then
Yes.
cable for make sure save.
Yes, they do something.
Then disseminate the news.
Yes. But let's just don't keep quiet.
No, you don't. You don't. Now yesterday
Salib. You've been fine.
Salt oil there. Ground beef with onions. Cilantro. So this is not for spaghetti. So cilantro. Mint leaves. Beef. Goat.
Goats and cow. Can they please bring some shrimp for tacos? Sour cream. If okay, the fish are here. Okay, smooth. Let's get some food. We have fish. We have enough fish. Fish fillet.
That's filleted fish, not fish fillet.
Me, I don't like that.
No, I don't need. We say go dine now.
Uncooked and unbaked. No, babe, I can really make that stuff. I can cook American food. I think it's good. It'll bring exposure. Like people get to try different things.
Okay.
No, and then if they're not like able one extra plazas, then we warm down it, and the people that want to eat rest, they eat the rest of the old plazas. And they not say papa cook African food. We all get introduced. No, I go learn. I go make binge. I go make chapatis. I go make Kenyan food. Have you ever had chapatis? I'm so serious. Have you ever had chapatis?
We don't answer.
It's flatbread. You can't say you don't want something if you don't try it. That's not fair.
The only African food we want.
You eat it with beans. You take kind of like flatbread. You get the flour.
We're not Kenyans. We're Sierra Leoneans.
I know we're not Kenyans, but that doesn't mean we can't.
So
the only reason why I call it chapati is because that's how they call their flatbread.
Yeah, I don't know if you can. That's all we can eat.
Well, you go eat the old plaza. So can't stress me now, yeah,
Land.
I don't say I need the land, but I'm not about to embarrass myself on national TV. I'm gonna cook what I know how to cook. Please leave me. Being taco bread.
So how about the classes I gave yesterday?
Soft tacos.
Nothing like yesterday. So nothing like from yesterday.
I told you to write the things down. I said I have to make binge. Serious.
I be able like go strong so like stone.
No, I don't go strong. I said make binge. Why are you being mean? You're being mean. No, you're not making me even want to do it. You're being mean.
Don't forget.
Wait, it's this. I know if you want to talk, say later. This is for taco night. It'll be nice for us to have taco night and have margaritas. Oof, they bring. It's fun. Like Wednesday night, we have taco night, have margaritas. Okay. Then bring the tequila and the margarita mix. It'll be fun.
Okay.
Out by the pool.
Okay.
Now, you know, now for that make you laugh. Now let's say cassava leaf and tula.
Yes, I agree. Be a country boy. I agree.
Housemates class in 3 minutes. Chop, chop.
Okay. Lasagna. They said they wanted lasagna. Lasagna has for. Oh, I'd make fried rice, veggies, and kick out the oils and vegetables. Rest day.
Sure.
Rest not day. Rest, rice. Vegetables, rice. If the couch shrimp, I go able to make for tacos and fried rice. I'm trying to take this serious, and you laughing at me is not helping.
The names are foreign.
Fried rice and shrimp is foreign to you?
No.
Tacos?
The tacos, like okay, like when you call in the names, it just sounds like we're in the restaurant. Go with.
Wait, they make me to la. I be. If you say na salon people they no more than they watch me. If you say no and see, say we back will get exposure to that thing.
Local content strictly.
No, they no one they talk say local content strictly.
Local content.
Na granite soup in the couch, na local content.
Yes,
You don't want to
local
see the
content.
granite soup like that.
Yeah, local content. Local
The one in the couch, kebe na local content
Yes,
no more.
give me a local content.
Kebe na local content
Yes.
no more. If you see they not get
Volgo.
kebe on that side,
Local content.
say other place then get different
Get the
name.
fridge. You ever see other brand name? Look salon content.
Salon content then can get this tobacco.
No.
Who that saying they not go get soft tacos?
Everyone to the classroom.
No,
Now.
I only discourage people.
Margarita taco.
Ask all the white taco. Enemy of progress.
Enemy of progress, you go learn.
No, plus all. No, put on 22. Compromise, guys.
I don't know if you know the past 10 years, password is your fault.
Mariana, you know why it's taco? Thank you. Enemy of progress. What laugh me go find so Wednesday, we ladies now we get margarita and taco night. They feel saying a joke. Now when I know one day it's a cassava
give us one minute?
The soft taco. I know they for cook nothing. All passes to they cook because I know send me go she go state. No send me go she. Na me man in penu. Na ingini.
It's been okay. Say la imbo can yourself.
Something to the being at
Yeah, with medicine.
This is Amika water from outside.
If I can keep it for 2 months.
No, I don't be the user.
I
don't be the user. Why don't be the user now?
Yeah, don't take me pen. I mean, so we just bank pen or don't take.
The level of carelessness is me own NIA pen for $7. NIA they give it just now. Just guess.
Me all them pen in the village. Me NIA now. Them pen in the one that's okay.
In a pen shop, I'm pen shop personal movie.
Me the one even as of any any problem because at the end of the day, you know go know.
Me NIA pen.
Pass if you be don't
I use pencil. See.
But the pencil bag don't do. Oh, that take me pen.
If you watch.
Baby, please, can I use your pen?
No, you cannot use my pen.
Baby, I'm in a rights.
Hey, baby.
I'm in a rights.
Baby, they go be sitting there.
What's the next one I go right, sir? What's your name?
This na me and I see. Me don't see me.
Yeah, because so if you get to know,
What's your problem?
Not only
Not just now here, you ain't. Hey, listen, get in there.
Baby, it's Abi, right?
Maybe I baby say no sabi guys. So I don't understand more your parents. Only let me depend. You say what?
Come on, bien, baby.
Baby, yo, yo, yo. Oh, baby, yo, yo, yo. My baby, yo, yo, yo. Kiss me back, kiss me. Come on, don't take that to the past. The one
Officer.
It's Taco Tuesday, but we're not going to do it if they're not called it
because
in
taco,
them.
I don't want to eat taco Wednesday, not taco Tuesday.
Yeah, not Taco Tuesday, but I don't know if they go call it in them. But
If I want to go like
left hand. Oh, it'd be nice to make some burgers. If they call the ground beef, Sarah will have burger. No, serious. No, it's different to be. And Sarah, It would be nice to make burgers if they count the ground meat to make the burgers. That would be nice for Wednesday. Una go like come bad.
Me, I like cheeseburger.
They watch you like so.
Me, man, baby, don't let me say it, yo.
No, but then get, but plasters, extra plasters Sunday. So I go make the American food that one, then plasters Sunday for the one that other one from America. I beg. Una open una mind. Ah.
You mind open over?
Can someone please open the side door?
Oh, me red boy don't know, eh? I mean, if you say it's your one, take out. I'm back.
Cheddar cheese.
This week.
P-A-R-M-E-S-A-N cheese.
Baby, yeah. Oh, baby, yeah. I would love music and say less, Lord. Say less for the XL. Baby, not the take no less. Hey, but baby, give me a pen. You don't see the line.
Da penne wo?
Housemates, it's time for class. Business planning with Dr. Ezekiel Duramani Lakal, Managing Director of AYV and Sciences IPAM. Welcome, Dr. Ezekiel Duramani Lakal.
I found out no take out. Go man and bloody for money.
Flour day.
Big man, go stand.
Just white flour.
On floor 9 days. Hey, remember go Kenya. No worry. Yeah, we don't eat am, no eat am. No go past.
You make camp for yourself.
When you can country, how you feel? The fat
Hello. Good day, sir. Good morning. Good morning.
Na belle de belle you so fun.
I don't know the last time you done this.
I also want to thank the producers of the program and Chief Quality Meeting. So how are you guys today?
We are fine, thank you. How are you too?
I'm fine. So first of all, I have a gift for
You have what?
a gift for
Following.
Can you come? Are you surprised? Are you shy?
Why shall I?
Why shall you shy? So this you have to change your. Okay, so we are going to be very quick and extremely ready. And we heard you talking about business planning when these guys came to the house, right?
Yes.
And it's so important because I can still remember when we did critical thinking, what went in and how you guys begin to perceive how important it is to make decisions. Because we all now understood that there is a general cliche that learning is better than silver and gold. Have you heard that?
Yes.
And people begin to change it, that learning is better with silver and gold. And people begin to say, okay, so let me have silver and gold without learning. But let me give you a story. There was a time when a train was passing with iron ore. You know the ore, the raw ore, unprocessed. And a gentleman stood and said, and he said, then people are going to go to Ayo. They want all mommy come on. He said, so you have been here for more than 30 years, and this thing has been here forever. What have you done with it? Are we together?
Yes.
So it means that you don't need to have the ore, but you need to know how to process it. Because when you know how to process it, basically the person that with the ore will give you. And if you cannot process the ore, then you don't have use for it. The same with diamonds. There were diamonds forever. Somebody said they found a diamond in Sierra Leone in 1930. But there were always diamonds in Sierra Leone. It's just that somebody found out that this is diamond. But before then, people were seeing it. They thought, in fact, people were running away from it because it shines. Say, oh, okay, this is not devil so. Until the white man comes and say, no, this is not. This is something that is useful. So it's called diamond. Are we together? Yes. So it wasn't found in 1930. It was made known to people in 1930 because it was always there. So this brings us to the conceptualization of what is basically, how do I transform something to be useful? And with today's class, I'm going to help you to plan your own business. If you want to do business, if you're doing business, and how do I get it right? Why are people successful in business and others are not successful? Are we together? Yes. Why are people successful in business and why others are not successful? Generally, aside of business, we even have to understand what's a business. That's another thing that distorts the entire definition of the subject matter. What's the business itself? Because I can have a shop and have everything, but it's not a business. Are we understanding? Yes. I can have a shop, I'm selling every day, but it's not a business. So how do you call something a business? That's where we're going to start. Now, of course, people were asking Erica. I had the discussion, and it was very fascinating, the answers she gave, and which were true. So how do I get capital? I've also had people, okay, I want to do business. I'm not doing business because I don't have capital. Who told you that? Because what is capital? How do I understand what is capital? Hello? Hi. So this is what we have to bring into perspective. What's capital itself? And how do I understand that this is capital? Somebody said capital is to sacrifice present consumption. What I'm consuming today. Hello? I am going to sacrifice it. And the concept of opportunity costing comes in. If instead of I use this money to consume, to buy something that I'm going to use, I am going to use it to make more money. Hello? So I'm going to start with a very important cliche. It's while all capital is wealth. Please listen. While all capital is wealth, not all wealth is capital. Can you get that down? While all capital is wealth, not all wealth is capital. I lent me pen. Again. Wealth is capital. So if I borrow you, not all wealth is capital. So there are two words here. What are they? Wealth and capital. So wealth is something that is mine. You understand? My own as interest. What's my own interest? What is mine? What is my... These things belongs to me. They are my value. I can assign financial value to them. They are rights or access to future economic benefits that are under my control as a result of past transactions or events. Those are my wealth. They are mine. So, if I am using, I'll give you a basic example. If I have a taxi, that taxi is mine. Is it my wealth? Yes. It's mine. It's my wealth. Right, guys? If I'm too boring, just send me out. You will learn. While all capital... So, what I'm saying... Okay, so the taxi is mine. Do you agree? So it's my wealth. Because it generates money for you. No, that's not why it's my wealth. Because it's mine. It's my property. I can use it how I want. Hence, I'm using it lawfully. But, and that taxi, now I come to your point, is that taxi generating money for me? Yes. So while it is my wealth, it is what? Capital. So everything that is capital that generates money for me, that is mine, is also my what? Wealth. But not every wealth is capital. Now, if I have a private vehicle, is it my vehicle?
Yes.
It's mine.
Yes.
It's my private vehicle. So that means it's my wealth. Agree? Yes. But am I using it to make money?
No.
Is it capital? No. So this is the understanding of what's to begin to give you a cliche of what actually business is to begin to understand how are you utilizing wealth. So at times we think that, okay, there is no capital, there is nothing, but we have lots of stuffs that we are using personally, but they are not making money for us. Are we together? Yes. And when you have lots of stuff that's not making money for you, but you are spending too much to maintain these stuffs, they can even be considered as a psychological liability. Hello? You know, liability. They are things that I have an obligation. In my car now, if I have too many cars and I have too many mechanic problems, then I have too many obligations to transfer economic benefits to them. Hello? Which fits into the definition of liability. So this is what we have to begin to understand, how we begin to put into perspective what business is. So today we're going to look at business plan and writing. Why do we need a business plan? And what's the business? Now, you cannot call an activity a business unless and until you're making profit out of it. Do we agree?
Yes.
It's not a business until you're making profit out of it, or it has the propensity of making profit in the short or medium term. I can start something right now, I'm not making profit, but I'm expecting that in the shortest possible time, I'll begin to realize profit. Hello? For example, no matter how much AYV received, or if we say received from housemates, we cannot make profit from this venture, except in the years to come. Are we together? Yeah. Because the amount of investment that is going into it is so much that you will not make profit. No amount of votes can enhance you 20% of that return. Yeah. Are we together? Yeah. Well, the expectation is that if it is sustainable in the next 5 to 10 years, long term, we'll be able to what? Stabilize and begin to make profit out of it. So therefore, it's a business because the intention is profit making. Hello? So that is what a business is. And you use capital that I was explaining to make business. Use capital. Capital is what you use to make business, to do business. So therefore, capital, I'm using it to make business. And therefore, I have to understand, how do I use this my capital in this business? How do I use this my capital in this business? You all sitting down here, most of you guys, it's so important to do business. No matter how educated you are, you have to do business. Hello? So there is a cliche, I quoted that for you the last time, I'll quote it again. It says, knowledge will not attract money. Knowledge will not attract money until it is intelligently directed through practical plans of action. Knowledge will not attract money. So no matter how intelligent you are, no matter how many times you go to school, it doesn't matter if you don't have the required skill to transform that to reality. Hello? Don't tell... Pardon?
Knowledge will what?
Not attract money until it is intelligently directed through practical plans of action. I wish you have... until it is intelligently directed through practical plans of action. Now, Okay, guys. So don't worry. Now, so this is what you have to do. How many people wants to do business here? Everybody wants to do business. And thank you. So do you know, first of all, do you know that 80% of the businesses in Sierra Leone, or even plus, are not done by Sierra Leoneans? We're on the consuming part of the economy. That's why if I have to explain economic development, it's so difficult. Because when you're on the consuming part of the economy, in the indigenous part, you're on the demand side. What happens there is always what you call capital flight. Because people from outside, when you have direct foreign investments on one hand, it can create capital flight on the other. I make salon, anytime a small thing be, the shock. For example, if there is corona, there is Ebola, that shock, people will just close their businesses and go. Are we together? Because it's not an indigenous economy. So this is why so many people have to do business. People here, you guys need to start your own hotels. Imagine all of you guys going outside. You have this huge base now. Everybody's waiting for you. How do I translate that to an opportunity? How do I use that platform for business? That's what these guys are leveraging on now. So you too can do it. Are we together? Yes. Pieces can start your own fashion. And when you say fashion, you have to buy some machines and get guys to work for you and get people do stuff. You have to deliver on time. You can start your own police force. With all due respect, that's a joke. You can start your own SLSC. And definitely I'll take you to jail. Only you know what I'm talking about. Okay, so now, etc. Now, so I want you to do something. Let's do an employee's response. Can you write down what type of business you want to do? Don't tell me. Just write 2. These are the things I want to do. Write 2. And let me explain something funny. I can still remember when Anthony Navo was doing AYV. I can still remember the discussions. I can still remember when we were thinking of names. I can still remember the names that came up. I can still remember when he thought of... there was a time when people were saying, okay, AYV doesn't belong to Navo, it belongs to somebody. You've had that? Yeah. Yes, and the person that people were talking about has never even visited AYV. He doesn't even know what AYV is or where it is. I can still remember when the person said, you guys are not journalists, so Junior, why do you want to start an institution like that when you're not a journalist? Go and build a house if you have money. I can still remember. So, and the AYV was started. So there are 2 types of capital. That's why I want to come. You remember when you asked Erica, how do I get money? When she said, partner with people. Hello? Yeah. There are 2 ways to, there is what they call own capital and loan capital. So you don't even need to have your own money to start a business. This is what people don't know. You don't even need to have your own money to start a business. Trust me. You don't even need. Yes, you should have the plan. That's what we are talking now today. You don't even have your own money. So when AYV was started, it was a loan capital. I can still remember that man was not sleeping. I can still remember when he called, Lako, we need to do a business plan. I need to have money. And he used his house as a collateral security for the first set of money. So that is what is actual passion. So now, what is own capital? Before I come to my slide, because this is rather academic. What is own capital? Own capital is, do you have the money right now? What you have written, do you have the money to do it?
No.
Oh, you have it.
No, you said what is own capital, right?
Okay, no. Yes, I said it, but I mixed it up, sorry. So you have own capital, O-W-N, and you have loan, L-O-N-E. Own capital.
Loan, L-O-A-N.
LOAN, sorry. You have own capital and loan capital. Now when we say own capital is your own money, this business that you have thought about, I am going to cost it, I'm going to put everything, and I have like $100,000, or I have like $20,000, or I even have $5,000. At times you don't even need huge amount of capital. It's even dangerous to start with lots of money.
Yeah, sure.
Are we together? Yes. Because you can start up and you begin to come down. That's dangerous. So you have to be spontaneously chronological. Pay attention. Now, what you have to do is, if you don't have money, then you need what? Loan capital. Because people say in Sierra Leone it's dangerous to tell people your plans, or you can partner. But that's one disadvantage again that I want to tell Sierra Leoneans. When you go to other countries, if you're in Ghana, for example, you go to hospitals, you see 5, 6, 7 medical doctors coming together to build their hospital. Hello? And when you enter these hospitals, you have an optician, you have a gynecologist. Are you together? Yeah. You have a general practitioner, etc., etc. In that hospital, you have one accounts department when you pay, and at the end of the day, they have shares. So people bring stock together. In Sierra Leone, everything is, we hardly come together to do business. Two people hardly come together to do business. Yeah. Even law firms, mostly they are individuals. Even hospitals, you see medical doctors practicing. Even financial consultants, even business people. I want to do my own business so that this is lacquers. Hello? That is just all of our fault. We're all guilty of it. I'm even guilty. So, but when you join stock, you can begin to create the biggest out of things. That's why you've heard about sole proprietorship, partnership, companies, joint stock companies. So if it's a sole proprietorship, it's me alone. If it's a joint stock, I am partnership, I want to partner. You have 2 people to start, or 10 of you can start. So if you guys have similar ideas and if you share the idea, you can now form a partnership on those ideas. So, for example, if I bring all of your ideas together, and now I found out that 3 of you want to start salon, I can now team you up, say, okay, 3 of you should do one business plan and see how you consolidate your idea. Are we together? Mm-hmm. But it all depends on how corporate you are. This is another problem with Sierra Leoneans. How corporate are we? Normally, we don't know official. We should have to practice what are official things. How do we go about things officially? In writing, we need to understand what a contract is. Do you know we have a contract with you guys? Sure. Do you know that after here, you have to go to fan zone? Yeah. Hello? Yes. And when you go out of the house, I start calling you, come to fan zone, you say, no, I'm not coming there. Are you understanding? So this is the same thing that's constraining entertainment business. The entertainment is one, but the business part of the entertainment is 2. Do you know that Sierra Leoneans can sing? Mm-hmm. Oh, beautiful. The songs are cute. But how do you translate it to business? You remember when I said knowledge? Yeah. Singing is knowledge. Yeah. But it cannot attract what? Money. Until it is what? Intelligently directed through practical plans of action. So, now, basically, I am going to do a business, so I need to plan it. So, rule number 1, don't go into a business that you have not planned. Don't go into a business that you have not planned. A business plan gives you a directive as to where you want to go. Today, I have to come and teach here at 10. After teaching here, I have to do this, I have to do this. So, I have a direction. It doesn't mean I'm not going to circumvent that direction. So many things can happen that will imperil the possibility of me meeting these directions. So many things can happen. But I am going to speak to my plan. So even when I'm circumventing, I'm going to say, oh yes, but I have to do something by 12 o'clock. Okay, if I'm shifting it, can you give me until 3 o'clock until Are we understanding? Because I have something that I'm speaking to, so I have an authority. So this is what comes to this. When you have a meeting, you want money from me. and you now walked into the office, somebody said they need this Salonians loan. Are we together? Yeah. You remember when I said global capital is moving from one economic jurisdiction to another in search of money? You remember that?
Yeah, when you stand up and started
clapping. Okay, this guy, you will never forget. Me, at times, I even forget my name. So, yes. So he said, so this is the same thing. There is money. People have money. You found one investor. You went to the States. You stood there with somebody. You're talking with somebody, and the person wants to invest, and you are explaining. You went to the bank. You want money, and you started. I want if I have $100 million, I can begin to do my business, and I will pay back. Say, okay, I know you will pay back. Yes, just give me. Why should I give you? We've gone past that. How long have you known me? Do you know that I'm a pastor? I've been a pastor for 15 years. I'm a very trustworthy person. Have you ever had me? You give me, I will pay you. Is that an evidence for me to give the money? No. Are we together? You don't explain. There are times when you move out of this place, that's your business idea that you have written. Don't write one. There's also what they call investment appraisals. I wish I have time to explain that in the future. How do you invest? If I know I have 3 things that I want to do, how do I appraise them? There are different models for appraising different options. Now, I am going to, whether you do it or you find a consultant to do it, are we understanding? And these guys, they are so, you heard what's the name of the guy? Kilwire. You heard what he said? Kilwire. He said, okay, so he said, branding. Communication. How do I put it into perspective? How do I, dress it up? That was what he was saying. These people you call, say, okay, we want to do this together. The next concept they will send, 2, 3, 4 pages. Are we together? Well explained instrument that I can sit and, the front page, they will design it and print it in a way that, oh, okay, I've sent that thing by PDF to your email. Can you look at it and let's take it from there? Hello? Stop meeting people just sitting down, and sleeping. She wasn't sleeping, she was praying. Now, are we together? Yes. So, you have this brilliant business idea. People know you, they want to see you. Are you getting it? The first opportunity is to put it in perspective. Don't just go to my office or go to somebody's office or go to a bank manager's office and sit and begin to talk. The man is going to ask you to bring a business plan or proposal. A plan is a proposal, you're right. So can you bring me a business plan? Let me see what is there. This will inform me on the way forward. How am I going to move with this? Now, I will now better understand. I can even correct you. I can even suggest some corrections. Say, why can't you take this way? Why can't you go? Why can't you look at it this way? Are we getting it? So what you have is put it down in perspective. The engineers that design this space, if you ask them, they have a prototype. They will give you a whole lot of documents. Say, this is what this is here. All the camera dimensions, the centimeter from this camera to that, the projection, they have it. Are we understanding? Yeah. And it was done before. When you're talking about Lunge Bridge, they have a prototype. It has been cost. There is a plan for it. Are we getting it? So when this guy that did Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg, when he did Facebook, he has a business, and that's why he was not selling it. He has a plan. All what he needed to do was to float it. All you don't need, so in a white man country right there, you have very strong capital markets. All what you need to do is to have a solid business plan. How do you think Africa Mineral was started? It was started with a solid business plan that was bought by investors. Are you getting it? I can now take that business plan and people will put money on that plan. I love this plan. How much would I come with? But you don't have a plan, you have an explanation. And when you explain too much, it becomes a cacophonous jabber. Jab. Talk. And people begin, the next time, okay, can you go and come on Friday? Hello. You went and came back on the Friday, and guess what? You started talking again. Do you think I would want to see you for the 3rd time? when I see you on the CCTV, I say, now the cows not talking. They are telling us at a meeting. But now you went and sent me a text message. Say, look, check your email. I have sent the proposal. Are we together? Yes. Check your what? I have sent the business plan. Then when I read, if it is interesting, guess what? I have read your business plan. I'll call you. Can we meet over tea? Can we meet and discuss this plan? I've read the plan and it seemed to be interesting. How do we take it? Are we getting it? If the person does not respond, there are other people you have to move your business. Some people, because of our professionalism, if you send that to a very ethical person, the person will not use your business plan for his own purpose. Hello? Some people will divert your business plan for their own purpose. So therefore, there are some information you keep until you go to the final part. Are we getting it? But what is this business plan? Next slide. What's this business plan? Now, so the basic plan layout. How do I structure this business? Don't make it, I woke up one morning and one guy wanted to explain something. I said, don't call me. Because whenever you call somebody, do you know at times something serious, you need to put it in writing. Yeah. It is better to send text message than a telephone call. Yeah. Yeah, sure. And I said, okay, can you send me a text message? And the guy wrote how many pages of text messages? Will I read it? No. I don't have that time to read it. And you sent me a voice note of 10 minutes long. Do I have that time? So a sensitive document is not a very long one. Yeah. So, on point. Exactly. Precise. Yeah. So precision, complete, correct, concise, and there is another C. So business plan outline, this is an example. You can have your own outline. There are so many correct outlines. It doesn't mean what I'm telling here, you take it hook, line, and sinker. You have to design based on what you want. Hello, I've seen a business plan. The first 3 pages were pictures. Are you understanding? Exactly. When I turned the first 3, I knew exactly what the person was. I laughed. Say, oh my God, look at it. So, and guess what? I was hypnotized with the visual concept. And I got the story before I started reading. Are you getting? So you can be innovative. Be innovative. Don't take what Laco is saying as the only truth. But this is one thing that is typical here. So you have a typical table of content. You have an executive summary, a company summary, the products, market analysis and summary, strategy and implementation, managing summary, financial plan, I will not even continue with the plan. We will just talk about everything here. It speaks everything about what you, and other people who want to see in a plan. This is what gives me the confidence to say, okay, let me deal with this person. This person seems to be very serious. Now, don't worry, we'll send the template thing to your email. Your email. Can you pass a paper and write your emails? Later on, you see it there. I will send the critical thinking. I will send this. I will send the links. Now, listen, and don't copy this again, so that will not take time. Now, look at this. Hi.
Can we attach the email to like the 2 business planning you said?
Yes, I will. Now, table of contents. When I open the business plan, I need to see what it contains. Hello? So why do I need to know what it contains? Because it tells me. Hello? Why do I need? Because it tells me what I'm expecting to see in this document. Hello? So you have what they call interest drivers. Do you know there are people, they have to be interested to get them in? Do you know there are people, they can come here and wait and be patient and wait until something interests them? Are we understanding? And you have something, people will not even go until something interests them. For example, me, I'm that type of person. I need to be very interested for you to take me to the next 30 seconds. Are we getting it? It doesn't mean I'm mean. We all have, how they call it, our own sense of perspective. So that table of contents, okay, so in this business plan, these are the things that are there. These are the contents. I have an executive summary. Let me tell you something that you should not joke with. It's like a research paper. As an academic, if we write a research paper, they're going to be, if I'm writing a quantitative research paper, it's going to have a lot of mathematical, empirical regressions. But for me to take the reader to those regressions, my abstract is supposed to be very interesting. So if I want to read a paper, the next thing I read is the abstract. The abstract will take me to the, are we getting it? Like a trailer. A movie is coming out and I saw the trailer. Oh my God, I want to watch this movie. So they'll put everything in the trailer so that it will give me the interest to watch it. Now, so the executive summary is very powerful. Next slide. The executive summary. So, now, when we say executive summary, it's just like meeting people. Has anybody called you for a meeting, a very formal meeting, and you want to discuss with the person? And you know that this person is a busy person. The moment the person sits down, when you introduce yourself, the first 30 seconds should be the killer. Mm-hmm. Hello? Hey, how old are you? How old are you? You watch Arsenal match yesterday? Are we getting it? Interest will be diminishing. So the first 30 seconds, do you know that after, somebody that is busy, the first 30 seconds, if you capture the interest of the person, you make a link, you begin listening. Do you know that meeting can continue for 3 hours? Yes. And the person can call you, say, I'm not expecting this meeting for last like this. It has happened again and again. So the executive summary is the most powerful thing because the person can read that executive summary and understands everything. You're going to summarize that in the executive summary. In that executive summary, in spite of the fact that it appears first, it's actually the final section to be written. And you see, so that is the first thing when you see a business plan, when you turn it after the content, you see the executive summary. But that's the first thing that you should write. The last thing that is written. Because the executive summary, after you don't do you know that the trailer is the first thing you see before the movie? Yes. But do you know that is the last thing that was made? Yes. Before you see the trailer, the movie is ready. Because the trailer is an extract from the movie. So the executive summary, okay, my business plan is about starting a sky salon in the middle of the Atlantic. So if people want to go and enjoy themselves, go to salon, go to do spa massage, and go for tattoo, they can do it right in the middle of this, or how they call it, little scarces or the river. Are we together? My lady, there's so many things in this world that has happened that you will surprise how it happened. There are people who have done that in this world. In the middle of nowhere, they build beauty. And that place, people have to book it. It's always overbooked. And they're making money. Like go to Nigeria, Atlantic City, those places. Hello? I'm just giving you an example. Don't write it. Don't write a too bogus business plan. You begin to write it. Right from the start, you have killed yourself. Because who the hell is going to give you 5 million anyway when I've not tested you with 5,000? Are we together? Yeah, so you have to be sicker than average. Perpetuous garbage. Now, so look at it. This is it. So it appears first, and the executive summary should be no longer than 2 pages. You see how short it is? The business plan can be as big as this, but that summary is what? 2 pages. I am going to read that executive summary and say, oh, this is something good. Let me read it some more, but this is something I can go to. I am going to state the business summary, what type of products I'm going to deal with, how would I get them, how would it attract the market, how many, in summary. How am I projecting the market? How much would I make out of it? How profitable it is? What are the social impact of this project? In 2 pages, I've summarized. So when I read, okay, I've read the summary, it's interesting, I will come later and let me look at the plan itself. So it summarizes the whole plan in a nutshell. So you can get a consultant to write you the business plan and the summary. Next page. You don't have to know how to write a business plan. Come on, take 1 million use, 2 million use, depending on the type of business plan and the quality you want, $10,000, and give it to somebody to write a business plan. It's cold, right? Mm-hmm. Really? Next page. Okay, so it contains only a paragraph, 2 over each, blah, blah. Okay, let's forget about the contents. Next. Okay, now, after the executive summary, are you going to send me a business plan if you don't have a business? So the business that you have written, pieces, did you write anything? Don't tell us. Okay, it's just your what, eh? So, okay. So the next thing I will advise when you go out of this place is to go and register it. You know you can register it. Go to Roxy building, at the building after NASIT, and say you want to register a business plan. No, not a business plan, a company. Say you give it a very nice name and register it. Attention. Okay. Don't tell me I'll go and register it before you move out. So people are listening. Do you know that people are all over the world listening to this teaching? Don't take his name, people. So now, when you register that, you have what they call M&A, Memorandum and Article of Association. Yes. So they are going to register it by law, and they will give you a certificate of incorporation and give you a tax number, TIN number. So you take this now and you try to contact tax people for clearance. That's the first thing. Then, so that you have a name of it, you have to describe. Tell me something. Let me tell you, don't joke with that. The money I am ready to give you, assuming I'm the financier, I'm using my mind as if I have money. Please don't take it personal. I don't have money. I'm just using mine. The money, so are we understanding the context of using mine here? Yes. The money I'm ready to give you, depends on the structure of the business you're presenting. Trust me, I'm not giving you $100,000 if you don't have a corporate setting. Who are the board of directors? Okay, my board of directors, I have this person as the chairman board of director. I have this as the secretary. I have this. So I have a board. So when you have a board of directors, it means you don't make decisions alone. You have a corporate setting. It means decision is made by the board. So now I will trust the process. I will now ask for a board resolution. I will trust the process. I will trust the people there to give you that money. But if you don't have board of directors, just I'll say, okay, let me start with 10, 15 million euros. Are we getting it? Yes. So your company, the structure of your company, don't be afraid to first of all, register the company before you call people there. After that, don't be afraid to call big people, experienced people. Give them letters, write letters, say, I have appointed, consult with them. Are we together? Yes, sir. Consult with them, say, I want to make you board member in my company. I will send you a letter, the person agreed, and send them an official letter, sign. Meet somebody to design, say, you are board member, and call a board meeting, sit, buy refreshments, get them entertained, sit down. It's not important, but you're creating a corporate setting. Because these people are going to authenticate your credibility. They are going to stand there to say, okay, we have this setting and I am there. And do you know that there is money all over the world? No, you don't know. People don't know. If you know the business people that are bringing money in, you see people coming with containers. They are using letters of credits from banks. They are using, most of the people doing these big businesses, they are not using their own money. They are using their personality, their character, their credibility. Yes. So this is why you need the board. So what's your company? Whose company, Andy? No, any kind of company. If you can do a website, do it. If you can't, later. Yeah. if you can have an official business email, say pieces@pieces.com. Do it. Online, the type of business. Open a Facebook page. Hello? Yes. Right now, if I call somebody overseas, say, I want you to visit AYV on this, when Erica and Kidwaya were called, you know they went to AYV page. They Google AYV, what's AYV, and start, this is, are we getting it? So branding, you have to brand that, your reputation. Put it on Facebook, Instagram. Give it a nice read. Give it a nice look. Hypnotize the readers. Let them become interested. Product, and what do you do? The company history, product, and service. So if you even go to there's a lady in Guinea that did a makeup and beauty salon. Wow. And if you see the Facebook version of that, you believe you want to move from Australia in that part of the world to come and do your hair there. Move to the next slide. So the company, you have to describe your company in that business plan. Explain. Move to the next slide. Okay, stay here. Break the section down. General business overview of the company, what this company is about, the company structure. You have have you heard about organogram, right? Yes. The organogram of the company. I have the board of directors. I have the CEO or managing director. I have the other directors and the secretary. And the interesting thing in Sierra Leone today, everybody is a CEO. I don't know if people know what is CEO. CEO is chief executive. If you are chief, that means you are chief of the other executives. That means there are other executives. You have directors under your control. Are we together? Yeah. If you don't have directors, you are just alone. How are you a CEO? So some of you with small businesses begin to give other names. Country coordinator. Hello? Managers. Director. Then the CEO is a big word. Anyway, company structure, location, key personnel. Who are the key people working? It's nice to have. Are we getting it? If even somebody is not working, get a reputable corporate and say, I want you to be the corporate advisor of this company. So you can now put it in the company profile. It's true. Hello? So what are the key personnel? Do you know these are the things that will make you get money? Hello? Let me tell you one thing that you do. Don't be afraid to give somebody 5 million, 10 million to do a business plan.
You guys might give me 20.
For what? To give this business plan? So give you the money for you to do business plan for me.
No, you give us.
That's what he's saying. What is saying? To pay someone to make a business plan for you.
Yeah, so you are giving somebody to make a business plan. You understand?
Start up a business for you.
Yes. So I want to start a business. I want a business plan. Look at, structure it. Yes. Me? I will send it for you. You're crazy. Okay, so let's continue. Guys, these guys are so hypnotized. Don't mind them. I'm talking to the world, not you. Now, so key personnel. Hello? You can even have your friends here say, you have your own business, she's a key personnel in that business. And she has a business, you are a key personnel in that business. Are we getting it? Profile yourself, guys. Yes, thank you. Oh, I love that line. So now, put it together in a way that will begin to give people, okay, so this is a very serious business. Where are the people? And when you go, don't even be afraid to go with one or two other people, smartly dressed, well-spoken, straight to the point in your meeting. Are you getting it? Okay. So, goals and objectives. What are your goals? What are you want to reach? Yes, strength and weakness. Well, this strength and weakness can be for internal consumption. Don't send it out easily. Mission and vision statements. All this. First of all, immediately when you get to company, do a mission and vision statement. It gives you an insight of everybody. If I ask you, what are your short-term objectives in the next 6 months? What do you want to be? Where do you see yourself in 6 months? In the next 6 months. Yeah, I'm not doubting. I'm just saying, yes, you have a plan. So in the next 6 months, that's what you want to be. What's your name again? Stainless enterprise.
Stainless beauty stuff.
Whatever. Mission and vision. So you have write a mission. You can even write it here before you go out. Hello? So go together, begin to put something down, begin to write something down, begin to write some. At times I get up in the middle of the night and begin to write 1, 2, 3 things. That's why I have so many small papers. So when you go out, you begin to put these small papers. These are the things that become big, right?
Yeah.
Next. So, okay. So they say write in the third person. You all know what to say. So stop using I, we, my company. Are we getting it? So just write it in, don't be possessive in the language, but that is still technical. Wishing, hoping, and thus when you send letters, I've seen people sending letters of sponsorship or what, and they begin to, hey, good morning, Dr. Lako, how are you? I've heard about you so much. I know you are this person, and I trust that you are, even though I want you to be my mentor. All that is not necessary. Are we together? Professionals go to the point. Hello? Have you? I met a gentleman, the guy was, hey, papi, hey. You know, do you know when, I don't know if you know, that when you make yourself too little, people don't take you seriously. Hello? Don't present yourself as if you're worshiping people, even you admire them. Present yourself as if you are relevant enough to support them in the process. Are you getting it? Then he said, oh, no, Dr. Lako, I was just talking, I want to make you look big or not. You don't have to make me look big. If I'm big, I'm big. If I'm not big, I'm not big. Exactly. So you have to be mindful of what you write. Don't be too possessive. I, me, it's, hello, generalize it. And next line. The company, outline the corporate structure. Again, I've explained all of this. List the shareholders, partners, incorporation information. So I can still remember one business plan I did. I was asking, how many people have you worked for? Oh, is that necessary? I say yes. And the company came with more than 50 or 100 people, institutions they have worked for. Hello? And I put the institutions, the name of the institutions, their websites, describe what they did for them, their website, so that they can verify. Do you know that was the page that they went? They want information as to evidence of work done. And they saw all this work done and these big companies. That was what informed the decision to take them, accept that plan. People are going to ask you. So list them, shareholders, partners, stakeholders. Who are the stakeholders? Can you write that word?
Stakeholders.
Oh, this is something that people... Do you know that the success of your life, they are stakeholders?
Yes.
So write it, stakeholders. Who are the stakeholders? Who are the people that have stake? And there are two things about stakeholder, power and interest. Hello? Now, one of your stakeholders here, do you know is chief?
Yes.
Does he have interest in you?
Sure.
Yes.
Does he have power?
Sure.
Yes.
Are we understanding? Chief has interest and he has what? Power. Another stakeholder might be, no, let's say the fans. Do they have interest in you?
Sure.
Do they have power?
Sure.
Yes, they can vote you out. Okay. Do you know the CEO of AYV and the MD of Africell are also stakeholders?
Yes.
As managing director, I'm also a stakeholder.
Yes.
Do we have interest in you?
Yes.
Do we have power?
Yes.
Why you say that?
Because they don't determine what happens to you. They cannot.
But they can close the show.
They cannot close the show.
Yes.
It's not possible for them to close the show.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. So they don't have control as to who come. Let me tell you one interesting thing. These guys have to sit and look at that screen to know who is evicted.
Really?
Yes. You don't know who is evicted. Even the people that are presenting will not know. Are we together?
Yeah.
They don't have power. Another stakeholder is the presenters. Are we getting it? Yes. The people that are holding the mic to present, they are interested. They have interest, but they don't have power. They have to look at it. They have to look at it and know. Are we together? this is the interesting thing. So when your stakeholders in your life, you have to map them. And so you treat them by that relevance. Know who has power and influence and interest. Some people, they have power and they don't have interest. These are dangerous stakeholders. They get no interest, but they get so much power, they can kill your dreams. How do I treat these stakeholders? How do I love them? So this is where most people go wrong. I don't try to say, well, maybe we'll get this thing done. I know because you have not put everything in this world is possible. Everything. Continue. Next. 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 Again. SWOT. Have you ever heard about SWOT analysis?
Yes, sir.
So it's something you can even do to yourself. Do a SWOT analysis. You can do a SWOT on yourself. For yourself, don't let anybody see your SWOT. Do you know why SWOT is important? It's an acronym. It means strength, weakness, opportunities, and threats. I will send again in that email a copy of a SWOT analysis. Do you know if every 6 months do a SWOT? And what the reason is, if you know your strength, you can know how to leverage. But it's a very true statement as to your current personality and position. For your company or individually, I know my weaknesses. What are my weaknesses? What do I do to mitigate the threat on these weaknesses? Can I correct them? So for strength and weaknesses, they are internal. Hello? There are things you can control. Strength and weakness, your strength. Me, I have a strength, I can talk. Do you know that people can convince others? Yes. Are we together? Yes. They can convince other people. So that's their own strength. So how do I use that? And opportunities and threats, they are outside things. What are the opportunities? Do you know when you're a housemate, after here, everybody knows it's an opportunity? Yes. Hello? They are external. So you have opportunities and you have threats. Next, you can do a SWOT. Mission statement, vision statement. Next. Now, my friend came back from the US some time ago. This is a true story. And he worked for some time and came back. He wants to start a business. He said, I'm relocating to Sierra Leone. I want to go and start my business. Okay. And he called me and asked me what he should do. And I said, I explained all what I've explained. First of all, the money that you have, make sure you don't come with it. Are we together? Keep it there, come and plan. Look at the ground, do a feasibility study. I haven't told you that. Go study the possibilities. Who are your competitors? How do I get this? Who are the customers I can have? Do a feasibility study as to what you want to do. Come look at the people you want to work with. Get them. 1 year, begin to plan before you come. Please, sir. Thinking I'm controversial, he never called again. And after some time, I saw him by, I will not call the place. And he said, look, I returned 3 months ago, and this is my office now. I said, okay, I'll come there on Tuesday. And I went there, met a beautiful receptionist or secretary, and the lady was preventing me to go into the office. Anything? Well, can you call your boss and say, so person is here, instead of start asking me anything? I know, eh? It's so opposite to what reception is. Now, I went in and I met my friend. Beautiful office. Beautiful. If you see the pedigree that goes into that office. I said, wow, this is great. Yes, I told you I'm coming in, I'm coming back, and I have now come and here, this business I told you about. Okay. So after everything now, I asked him, in the discussion I had, so what are you actually doing? Which business? I'm thinking of buying stuff from China. Are we together? Yeah. Let me tell him what he has done. He rented a property for $15,000 a year and paid for 2 years. Out of $100,000, how much left?
70,000.
And he bought an official car and pasted the name of the company. And he bought it for 40 grand. How much? How much more? 30. And he went and furnished that office. So all what he has now left to do what? Products and service is 10,000.
Don't get.
Are we together? Do you know that people invest like that? Yes. You are not doing business, you are opening an office. In fact, it's not an office, it's you're opening a place to relax. So because the business does not depend on the beauty of the office, it's the quality of the product. What are your working capital instruments? Now, so this product is very important. What you are doing a salon, a beauty store, what, which and which products will you be dealing with? Outline. I am going to deal with 20 different product lines. Hair I'm getting from Brazil. Nails I'm getting from Peru. This I'm getting from this. Are we together? Yes. So how am I getting the hair from Brazil? Where am I going to order? Somebody goes to China and gets this. Okay, can that person... This is another important thing. You don't need to give the person money to come with it. Do you understand? You don't need to use your money to do business. Keep the money so that when the business fails, you can use your money to pay. But look for somebody that trusts you. When you have a beautiful store, the person can say, okay, let me give you 50 here. Do you know that this is what all these big supermarkets and what? Supermarket, do you know they don't easily buy stuffs? People import and give it to them. And they now say, come and take it for 2 weeks. So they will sell A and pay for Z. They will sell C and pay for Q.
I need this on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to say something. Like in Ghana now, most of the young entrepreneurs, they don't take their money to rent a shop. They will start the business and they will take one room in their house and make it a shop. And then they use like this delivery guys to deliver the stuff, and they use their social media to...
Thank you. This is what they call digital marketing.
Yeah.
Have somebody come on digital marketing. We'll get somebody, the producer will get this, and this is what they call digital marketing. It's so powerful. The digital market, you say, even in Wall Street, there are people just with their suitcase or their, how they call briefcase. It's their office. When they open, they have their computer, Mac Pro, hello, and they do business with that and transactions. So you don't need an office to start an office. You don't need a space to, you can even start, say this part of my room is where I'll put my product.
Yes.
All what I can buy and sell online. This is what rich people do. Yes. I ask people a question, do you know that Bill Gates has never manufactured a computer? Most people don't know. So he does software. Operating and system softwares. That's what he does. You know, they make the hard computer. Have you ever seen a computer named Microsoft? No, it's the software in the computer that's called Microsoft Windows. Computer can be Dell, can be HP, Toshiba. So they make the hardware and buy software from Bill Gates. So, but you have to identify. If you have a business that you want to start and you don't know the products that goes to that business, then you don't have a business. What product or services do you want to do? Have you ever thought, okay, one of my products is taking things that does not fit people and get it to fit them. I bought a suit from the UK, I came with it, but I love it. But I cannot wear it because it doesn't fit me. Hello? Contact pieces. Yeah, I like that pieces cliche. I can fix you in it. Do you know that's a product on its own? Nobody is talking about shoemaking in Sierra Leone. You know, people have tons of shoes that they love, and they cannot fix it. Change the soles of. I've seen somebody out of Sierra Leone that is holding a very big business, has a big place like this, machines fixing soles. These are his product. What type of product? Outline the type of things. Okay, I can design men things, school uniforms, what? I can even design it, and I will buy. Just give me the specification. I'll buy the material, give me the size, I'll give it to you. I'll sew it and send it for your child. I'll give you 3 months to pay. Have you ever thought of that? The kind of business they did in Bokute, You want to go to school now, your child. Hello? And the cost of the uniform is 150, but I don't have it now. But I can contact you and you give me a credit line and ask me to pay 200,000 in 3 months. Hello? Yeah, we agree, we sign. And you send the uniforms and I will be paying small. By installments. But now your advantage is, your disadvantage is you are spending now. Your advantage is you are getting more than you're supposed to get. Think of ideas. So you design all of these products, put them together. Next line. Cost of. Next. Future projects, legal concerns, you see. Another thing that in contracts, in law of contracts, when you're doing business, you also should have to understand business law. There are always legal implications. The validity of a valid contract is synchronized in an acronym called CCC FLIP. CCCFLIP. Consensus or capacity, consensus, considerations, formality, legality, intentions to create legal relationships, and privity. Now, this is not about learning. Now, when you say legal concerns, when I'm going to something, I should first of all know that the person I'm going to contract with has the capacity. You cannot go into contract with a madman. Or somebody below 18 years. Do you know that? Yes. Except contract for apprenticeship. You cannot go. So the person has the capacity, mentally fit and everything before I can go into I know concessions, then we have a concession. What I am talking about is what you are talking about. I have a bag for sale. You know me for 2 bags. You want my black bag, I want to sell my white bag. Are we thinking of the same thing? Both of us want to buy and sell. Hello? But I am selling the black bag, you want the white bag. So there is no consensus, mutual. And now you give me the money. I asked how much. You gave me the money. And when I came with the black bag. He said, no, it's the white bag. I said, I'm not selling the white bag. In fact, you sent the money by Airtel money, I chop. I have chopped. Then now I send the bag. I said, no, this is not the bag. The other, I said, no, this bag is not for sale. Were we in a contract? No. There was no contract because we did not define the what? Product. So there were legal setbacks. So you have to be very That's why before you remember the day we went and gave you this contract to read and sign. Because we want everything to be just all right. This is why so many things go bad in our jurisdiction. So legality, how legally are we carrying ourselves? So this is the consideration. There must be a price for which a promise is bought. Go and, you know what? Call me tomorrow, I'll give you 50,000 euros. And you call me, I did not give you the money. Do we have a contract? No. You say promise na debt. It's not.
So how about buying things from, let's say online, you want to buy things from China, you just see this thing pop up on Facebook and you click on it, I like it, and you add to pay.
Do you know that before you contact, they would have given you terms and conditions and they will ask you to click agree?
Well, it could be fraud.
Yes, so therefore there is what in law, there is the clause that says caveat emptor. The buyer must be aware. You first of all have the obligation to decipher what's a fraud and what's not a fraud before you go into a contract online. It's risky, so therefore, if is it from Amazon, is it the real Amazon site? Yes. And the real Amazon site, you can hardly, if there is any fraud there, they will refund it. Yeah. Are we together? Yeah, so get the right, what? Is it from Alibaba? So I was saying consensus, capacity. Now consideration. So there is what they call promissory estoppel in law. It can be used as a shield, not a sword. If I promise you for give me money, you know they attack me for the money. Don't use it as a sword. If you get for pay me, then I say, no, pay me again. Then after some time, I say, give me money, can't pay me. Now you can use it as a shield. But you promise I'll not pay you again. Now, on the other hand, if I say, go outside, sweep all of that place and come, I'll give you 50,000. If you go and sweep, should I give you the 50,000? No. Yes, I should. Yes. Because you've swept. Okay. There is a consideration you have labored. So you need to be what? Paid.
But there is no legal.
You don't need to write in contract. Hello? Legally, we don't need to write and sign. No, not even conscience. The law can be implied. I am selling my phone. I gave it to you. And you went and put your SIM card and you started using the phone. You have accepted by conduct. Are we together? You know, talking that you begin use the phone and now you use the account. Say, wait, my money. Say, no, I don't want to buy a phone. You're a lie. You're giving me my money. Because your conduct has what? Implied that you have accepted. You understand? So formality, and this is what I want to talk about. Formality. Most formal contract should be signed, sealed, and delivered. Hello? Signed, sealed, and delivered. There are some things you go with people, don't just take ARC. Don't just discuss it, gentlemen. Write it down. Are we together? And you people read it and everybody understand and sign. So that you keep a copy, I'll keep a copy. I can evoke it at any time. If you know Sierra Leone, you can even sign. Some people, not Sierra Leone, sorry, because this is a nice country. Some people can sign. Some people can sign, and the same document, they will say, leave that document. It has happened to me. Leave that document. You cannot, except you don't want to invoke it. So next page. We are finished, Next. Marketing strategy. You have a business, but nobody is buying. So you have to what? Market. So that's why somebody, at times, people begin to think, sorry, this is a classroom. In a classroom, the teacher can say anything. Do you know that? Yeah. So don't blame me, I'm teaching. And when I'm teaching, I'm using examples. Do you know I should use? Yes. Now, in case somebody say, okay, so why did you guys bring Nigerian people here? Why not local content? Let us assume. Yeah. Are we together? Yes. Have you heard that word? Hey, why? Yes. So the person, first of all, the first question I will ask the person is, since the show started, haven't you not been seeing Sierra Leonean artists performing? Yes. Again and again and again. Yeah. Have you not seen them? Yes. So the next question I'll ask, have you not seen Nigeria or other countries playing friendly football matches? Have you not seen it? Yeah. Before World Cup, before international game, they will go out to other countries to play friendly football matches. Yes. Why do you think they're doing that? They're trying to market, they're trying to leverage, they're trying to build out international reputation. Yes. You have to externalize a local market. Yes. How do we make you more relevant internationally? Yes. How do we let people know about Sierra Leone? Yes. Are we together? Yes. It is only when Sierra Leone went to Nigeria, did you watch the match? Yeah. And you know what? When Sierra Leone played and equalized 4-4, that's when BBC reported it. That's when people in Uganda, the Sierra Leone team. Even people in Canada, what? There's this team that's Sierra Leone, this good Nigerian team. They came from down and equalized. If that match was only between Blackpool and Eastern Lions, will people outside here, will they know about the players? No. How do you, but you want the Sierra Leone players to go to international teams and play. And how do you want to sell them? Are we together? Yes. So you have to sell a content, local content, and the best way to sell a local content is to design an international strategy. Yes. Don't sit on your comfort zone and say, this is where I want to be. You remember the comfort zone concept? Mm-hmm. So you have, what is my strategy? How do I roll it out? You have your room where your products are. How do people outside there know that your product is in your room? Through social media platform, advertising, branding, going to programs, say, okay, I am donating 20,000 leones to this, and this is from the, what is your line name? Stainless. This is from Stainless Beauty. So, but you can contact us here and here. Are we together? There are times you do for free. So that you attract the market research. But you need to know your market is not everybody. Hello? Yeah. I cannot be going and marketing housemates to a 90 years old pa. Are we together? You have the geographical and the age brackets. Yeah. These are the demographical characteristics to identify your market. Who are the people within that market? How do I understand them? I have to research. You remember, don't joke with knowledge. And knowledge, you don't have to go to school to get knowledge. You have to find out and write it down for yourself. The competition, who are your competitors? And you know now one thing that happens, when you start something, somebody starts it again. But this is good. The more, the merrier. And don't be afraid of competition. That is where you kill your business. Exactly. You leave your business now and begin to comment. Look, you have started what I've started. You spend 90% of your time commenting. What you now do, how do I edge? Are we together? How do I edge this market? There are too many people now in the market. If there are people that are singing, how do I become the best songsman? Exactly. Conceptualize, bring in ideas and etc. Market sales strategy. Next. 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 Operational information. Now, I have done this. So how am I going to operate? Do you know the market? Most times we think about the business we want to do. We think about the capital. I've got the capital. I'm going to buy. I don't send person. They don't buy the thing for me. They don't bring a can of box. But I've not thought how I want these things to go out and meet the people. Hello? We're rounding up in 5-10 minutes. I've not thought how I want this thing to go out and meet people. Hello? Have we thought how much it's going to cost us to meet them? It's only when, it's too expensive. This I can't go at a local for good. Didn't you think about it before you started? So this is all this is the plan. So when we say a business plan, it is there before the activities started. So explain your estimated overhead cost. What is it going to cost me? Overheads. When you say overheads, not the cost of buying. It's not the cost of buying the materials. Not the cost of not those costs. But those small costs. I have to send somebody to town. I have to give that person transport. Do you know that these are the costs you don't see? So overheads, they call them indirect costs that cannot be related or identified to the product. You have a bakery, you bought flour to make bread. It's direct, right? But when you came with the flour, you asked people to carry the flour to the store. And you don't even know how you took 200,000 from your pocket to pay the people. You would think it's just 200,000. But when you spend 200,000 5 times, it's what? 1 million. That can eat your capital seriously, overheads, because you don't see them coming if you don't plan for them. Next. Operating suppliers, list of your suppliers. What are their terms of credit? Who and who wants to take from you? What's the list? I have got 10 people. I've got this. Augustine. I'm not giving Augustine. Augustine doesn't pay on time. Are we understanding? So, do you know, somebody say, they profile people. People profile people. Do you know that? You can be profiled. Some people will profile you wrongly. I don't say you should be care about profiling, but you can be profiled. If somebody called, Laka, I want you to come here. Somebody, hey, Laka, I've heard that people gossiping me, but it's a lie. I will always come if I have interest in it, or there is no conflict of interest. Yes. Therefore, if I have interest. Let's continue. Next, quality control. Hey, hello. This is where you fire your staff. This is where people say, this man is aggressive. Man, they make like one reggae company. Now because you don't open AYV now. Are we understanding? Now because you don't open now, look how they make. You have to control quality. Hello? Do you know that? Do you know what you've done to yourself? You guys were here. You were up there before you came here. Either way you look at it, you have now gone up there. Are we together? Now, don't joke with standardization. Don't joke with your name. Don't joke with your product quality. I was watching, what's this? Is MTV. What's the name of these girls? They're all sisters. company? Exactly. Kardashians, that's right. So, like, and this lady, one of the sisters, she's into beauty stuff. You understand? And the sister was like, okay, so I went and saw somebody using my same product line, doing substandard products, using chemicals, wrong chemicals. And she was so curious. So don't joke with that quality control. If you say this is the quality you're making, don't bring somebody and they begin to put your quality down. Do you know what happened? You have people, oh my God, I don't have a marker, I wish I had. You have people in different quality brackets. Some people, this is their quality. There's what they call product orientation and market orientation. Hello? In product orientation, you try to sell things to people that they don't like. Don't try to sell. I said I don't like this thing, you want to sell it to me. Me, I'm a market. So you try to know what the market wants. If I want this set of people to buy net worth individual, what quality am I giving them? Don't give them this quality and you want them to buy there. They are not going to buy. And don't start with this quality that you come here and you come here and you come here. It is either you go up or you stay there. Quality control. So that's why you see the quality. What we did in Housemates now is not what we did 2 years ago, and that's not what will be done in the next year. Are we together? Because you want to pitch the quality higher and higher. Next. Okay, go back. Distribution. How am I going to distribute? Am I using Okada? Am I using sales agents? You remember what you said about Ghana? Am I using my friends? How am I distributing? Who are the employees? The quality of hey, don't employ a person that is giving you too much headache and you say, okay, I'm going to leave him. Left Landy. Are we together? Try to let the person know, especially when the person is compromising the key instruments of the business. Financial, the person they thief, the person not maintain quality, and you're losing your customers because of that person. The person is not supposed to be there. Next, let's round up. Next, assets and equipment. Which assets and equipment do I need in this business? You have a business plan. You're thinking of starting a business. All this business was in your head. Have you ever thought about how you want to asset and equip the business? Most people haven't, but they have a business idea. So that business idea that you wrote was null and void. It is only now that you know all of these things that you need to know. Because you never get it done. Can you tell I want to start this business, but today I know just get like money. It's not money. You don't have a plan. Advise me, but who are the people advising you? Now you they take them from, I'm not do, I'll not get. Some advices are not structured. Do you know that? You're not talking. So how do you know that I'm talking to a professional? It doesn't matter how big the person's name is. If he's not a professional, he's not. Are we together? If I want to talk about football, wallahi, I'll talk to Mohamed Kalon. Are we together? If I want to talk about this, so there are different people in different professions that you engage and that you can get sense from. I want to talk about music. Come on, let me go to Jimmy B. So these are the things that happens. Now, continue. I want to talk about movie. I'm going to talk up to Frank Raja or Julius Spencer. Continue. Then you come and ask me, Paul Lacko, about football. If I slap you, when I cannot even identify who is Messi or Nima. Continue. Operating information, insurance policy, blah, 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 fire and theft, workers' compensation, all these, but these are for big business. For start. Continue. License and permits. Have you got your license to do the business? You have a permit for the type of business you want to do. He will arrest and jail you. Financial information. Section when you prepare projections of income and expenditure. This is what, in fact, when I browse through this, I'm going to your financial page. This business that you want to do, how are you going to pay me, O'Neill? The business that you want to do, how are you going to pay me back? If I give you $100,000, how are you going? Don't worry, I will sell and keep the money and pay you. It's a lie. Do you know some people, the business is viable? Do you know that? They will sell, and when they receive the money, instead of they store the money, I need to pay $20,000 every month, so I'm keeping the money. At times, things go bad. Things can go so bad. Things have gone bad with every business person. But there are times people are so deliberate. Instead of keeping the money, they will be utilizing it. Okay, let's go buy motor car first. Okay, are we getting it? You're now conflicting capital with wealth. Are you understanding? Don't conflict capital with wealth if you want to do. I'm just guiding you. Even if you plan to be self-funding projects and cash flow facilities making sound. So you have to make sound. Next. Projections and income and expenditure. Next, I need to know how much I need to spend and how am I making money. Cash flow forecasting. How is this cash coming? Okay, so for the first time, I'm expecting 5 customers. After 6 months, I am expecting 10. But after 1 year, I'm expecting 50. Are we understanding? And as we go, I am going to build. That is why you don't joke with the business. If you say from now to 6 months, I'm expecting 50 new customers. Do you know if the quality fall, you don't get 50 customers, it will drop? And when the people drop, can you pay me my money? You cannot pay me the money even though you intend the right thing. Most people are very genuine, but they cannot manage. And when you cannot manage, when the business is falling, when the quality control is falling, when staffing is falling, when there are too many issues, it will imperil the possibility of you making cash. And when you cannot make cash, there is a circle. It means you cannot pay for the loan. And when you cannot pay for the loan, you have used something as a collateral. I'm going to confiscate the entire business and close it. So that's why you see some businesses after 4 months, they will not exist again. Financial statement, you have to build financial statement. This business, financial statement is historic. What have I spent? How did I spend it? I want to see a print so that I will know if what I planned is what I'm doing. It is not coach the gap and feel, right? The coach will come and say, oh, pass the ball so. Why are you not doing this? Do you know why that happens? Because the coach now is found out that what we planned when we are training is not what you guys are implementing. So the coach will stand up and begin to. Next, few more slides to go. Financial information, capital expenses, net worth statement. Next, funding requirements. How do I get so? If you need to borrow, explain how much you need. Most people go and borrow. People will give you money. If you don't have collateral, go and take your friend's collateral. This is what these people are doing. You have a house. I will say use your collateral, and you're going to write a document to the bank that I'm allowing him to use my collateral. Then you have to be very trustworthy because he's not going to do it for you if he doesn't trust you. Because the bank will take his house and sell it if you fail to pay. Hello? Open a bank account with a reputable bank. Some banks, they will tell you they will give you money, they will help you. They just want you to open an account. Explain how you plan to secure the loan and with what assets. So how do you want this loan? This is why you need a very serious consultant. Show the amount borrowed in your financial statement. Include, okay, if seeking an investment partner, there are times you need to partner. Hello? Are we together?
Yes.
Don't come and tell me, like, I want you to buy this for me. I'm not buying it for you. So I want us to partner in doing this. It makes more sense. Hello? Next. Funding requirements. When you need the money and how, the type of loan you are applying for, the desired terms of payment, breakdown of how you will use the funds, any future funding requirements, expansion plan, you need to explain all of this. Is a very good point. These are very good points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. When you get this slide, pay attention on this. When you need the money and how much you need. You cannot go and borrow where you don't know how much. I want 40 million, but what? When I checked the total money you need, you actually needed 120 million. If I give you 40 million, the business will not start. And if the business doesn't start, can you pay me? You're not going to pay me because I have spent all the 40 million, but I've not got anything out of the business. Anything, because I've not started. So come and take what will enable you to start. It is, rather you ask for 120 million, which will enable you to start the business, than 40 million, where my money is going to stock forever. Next. And next. Thank you very much for your attention. Any question? Yeah.
Please, what do you mean by accentuate? the positives. It accentuates the positives.
I said you should accentuate. I didn't remember saying.
On your last slide, you didn't explain.
Okay, come next.
No, you are not here.
Oh! Critical thinking.
No, not critical thinking, this topic, but previous slides.
Well, probably the positives.
What is the meaning of accentuate?
I don't even remember using accentuate.
It was there.
Can you go back? Can you go back the slides? Which part? Accent. Wait.
Accentuate the positives.
Okay, okay, stop. Can I just contextually try to help out? So, by context, based on what you're explaining, I want to put it this way before we actually got the word that was said. I actually want to put it this way. Say, there are positive things that you have to identify. Hello? So, for example, if I'm doing SWOT, let's come to SWOT analysis. What are the positive things in this? And how do I assess the positive things? How do I know that these are the positive things that might come from this? And how do I leverage on those positive things? For example, when you're going out of the house, you have positive things that are on you now. How do you maximize and leverage on these positive things? And how do you make use of the positive thing? Do you know that at times, when you go in life, there are always negative things as well? And you know, if you're not careful, when you go out, there are people that are trying to look at your negative things and capitalize on them to make you look funny.
Yes.
There are always those people. Whatever you do, they will take the thing out that makes you funny and want to let you look funny. Don't look funny because somebody wants you to look funny. You should write your own scripts. Don't let people write your script for you, or you're going to have a bad movie. So when I know I have my positives, what am I going to do to transform these positive things to the things that will build me up the way I want to see myself? Hello? Probably that's how I want to describe it. Any other question? Thank you very much for your attention for the second time, and I will send everything as has been promised. No, don't give me this thing. The email address, don't give it to me, give it to the producers. They will get it and... Hello?
You asked us to write our business plan.
No, I don't ask you to write your business plan. This is for your... Keep it. That's for your own personal consumption. You remember critical thinking? Hello? Do you remember critical thinking? What if I take these papers from you and go out with them? What can it mean? It can mean that we are exchanging information.
Yes.
You're telling me something you want me to do on the outside. Not ideas. You have something outside I want to do and you're now writing it for me to go and do it. I will not take the papers. Okay. Thank you very much. So, 100, 100. We'll talk that when you come out.
Every class.
You're welcome.
Is 100 grand. Please be coming, yeah? Every morning.
Every small. Yeah, baby, look at your pen, baby.
Hey, look.
Yeah, enjoy the lecture.
Fees.
Yeah.
Count for tire.
10 in at 10,000.
Because you it's a business. Business are by 15.
What did you learn?
Wait, maybe they do. I know it's in the circle.
You get paper idea.
That's how I'm gonna do it. Before I can send somebody be one partner with me, I think so. For make up very officially, say that I'm still the owner. Let's take the kind I just input. You get to a point of I know one for partner. I just want guys to propose out. I propose I send out to companies for people and for get a makeshift structure for the time being and everything. The first thing I'm gonna do one get.
Just like that. It's the same thing now. What is it? Kids,
They can't move. Like it's a party.
Miss is there and come on. Kids, that one day.